Hi, this is Mike from EdTech Creative. Today I would like to show you a little bit about Google Slides, how we begin. So just like any other Google product, there are two methods that you can use to get into the application. The first is within Google Drive. The second would be to open up a new tab and to type slides.google.com, and that would take you to kind of the landing page for Google Slides. And then from here, you can choose between whether or not you want to use a template, or if you want to create a blank slideshow, you click on blank. The most common method, I'm going to close this, would be to just start in Google Drive. When we train, we try to kind of point everyone to Google Drive as the landing pad or the starting page for everything Google related. So once you're in your Drive, and once again, it's drive.google.com, we just click on New and scroll down to Google Slides, and we can either click here, or if we click this arrow or hover over the arrow, it will show us that we can either choose blank presentation or from a template. If we just click on this right here, it will just automatically create a blank presentation for us. So I click on that, and it's going to load up a blank slideshow presentation for Google Slides. So one of the things that you see right now, they did just change this toolbar at the top. That was just rolled out last week, so your toolbar may not look similar to that yet. So the first video that I'd really like to kind of highlight would be this top section right here. Naming your presentation is quite simple. You just click in there and you just name your presentation and hit enter. And when you do that, you'll notice right here it says it's saving. That's one of the benefits of using Google Slides as opposed to an alternative presentation software like PowerPoint or Keynote for Apple, is that every time you make a change, it automatically saves it within your Google Drive. Some other things to bring to your attention at the top here, we can star this, which means when you're in your Google Drive, so if we go back to your Google Drive here and we click starred, then our test presentation will show up. It's kind of a quick reference if you're wanting to work on something and wanting to quickly find it. Starring is a great tool to use that's often overlooked, so that's what that is. And then this folder option would be if you wanted to take and move this slideshow to a specific folder within your Drive, you can do that. So it's going to pull up all the folders in my Drive, and then I can either move it there, or I can click this and create a new folder, and that's a way to organize your slideshows. Over here on the right, we have the ability to open comments. So if you're collaborating with someone for this slideshow, which is a great tool that kind of sets Google apart from Microsoft and PowerPoint and things like that, is if you're working with another person on this presentation, you can click the comment, and then you can share comments back and forth with what you're working on within the presentation. This button right here is the present button. A couple of the options. If you just click present, it's going to present it as is. You also have two other options. You have present from the beginning. So if you're within the slideshow here and you're editing and you're not necessarily have the first slide activated, you can click present from beginning, and it will back you up and actually start the slideshow from the beginning. Or you can use this presenter view, which is kind of neat, where you can look at your tools. You can start an audience Q&A using this presenter view. It also creates a timer for you. If you have multiple slides in here, this is where your slides would show up. So this is a great opportunity to interact with your audience using the presenter view within Google Slides. I'm going to back out of that. And then share is the last option here at the top part of the toolbar. Once again, Google kind of sets itself apart from everything else and everyone else because of the collaboration. So if you click on share, you can authorize people to access your slideshow. So my colleague and I, we collaborate quite often. So if I wanted to add him on that, I would start typing his email and I would recognize that here he is. Now I've got some options over here that I can change. I can give him editing access, which means he has access to this presentation to edit anything about it. I can give him access to comment on it, which means that he can see it and he can suggest items to change, but he can't actually change them. And then I can just give him access to view it. So if you're pushing a slideshow out to students maybe, and you want them to be able to see it, but not necessarily add or modify anything to it, you can click the can view, and it shows an eyeball. The can comment shows a little dialog box, and the can edit shows a pen or pencil. You can then type a note to that person, say, hey, here's the slideshow we're working on, and then send it to that person, and they'll get notified that you have shared that with them. If you would like to embed this slideshow within a like a website or something like that, you would choose a Can View, and you can go up here and click Get the Shareable Link. And in this section right here, it says that if this is set to off, then no one can see this. So even though it lives out in the cloud, no one has access to it except you, because of the permissions set aside by Google. You can change that to say anyone in your domain can edit, anyone in your domain can comment, or anyone in your domain can view. This Michael Wilgus is just my domain. So if you're in school and you want anyone to be able to access it and view it within your school, you would choose this. If you want it set to where the world can see it, you would need to click on More, and you have some more options here. So these are domain specific, these two. Anyone can see it in the domain, and anyone can find it as well within the domain for this one. But these top two would be what you would choose if you're embedding this presentation in something that you want to be viewable outside of your domain. For instance, you're creating a slideshow or a presentation or a newsletter for parents, and you want them to be able to access it, you're embedding it on your website, then you would want to choose one of these top two options. And what that does is it opens it up for other people to be able to view it that are not logged into your domain. So that's how you would share it, and that is the top section of the toolbar.